I used to be a competitive table tennis player. My USATT rating was 2200, which is not that shabby. For that reason, probably, and from how I play, people imply that I have a table tennis background because I spin ball a lot. People often ask me which paddle is the closest thing to table tennis. I cannot tell exactly which one is the closest, but I can show you some reminding me table tennis paddles today, and then you can decide on your own. The two paddles, they're GRUVN paddles, and one is from company PaddleBallers. These two paddles are wide paddles and short, and this one slightly elongated. What's common between these paddles, they are all pretty headlight. Two paddles here made by GRUVN. That's my favorite brand. They remind you table tennis racket already because of the rounded shape. And one is from PaddleBallers, and this is elongated paddle. Unlike these two are more traditional dimensions. What's common between these paddles, all these paddles are pretty much headlight. These two paddles are 13 millimeters, pretty thin, and this one is 16 millimeters. A lot of reviewers who review this paddle currently, they would tell you that it has incredible control. It has very good control indeed. The only thing they compare control of this paddle to the control of elongated paddle. And actually almost every wide body paddle is better in terms of control than elongated one. While it indeed have very good control, there is nothing extremely special about it. Let's first compare these two paddles. This is generation 1 paddle, and this is generation 2 paddle, which means this one is thermoformed paddle. It's more stiff because of that, and as you can see, it has a slightly small head. Yeah. And what's interesting, while having a small head, it probably has at least as big sweet spot as this one, probably because of thermoform technology. And definitely this one has more power and more pop. As for spin, I always felt that this paddle spins better than this one because this one is more stiff. But my opponents, they always tell the opposite thing. They say that this paddle spins much nastier, much stronger. I cannot argue with them because they know better, as they experience the spin firsthand. If you want maximum spin possible, this probably would be the best choice. This paddle is definitely softer, and if you like resets and all that kind of stuff, you probably would go with this paddle. Although this paddle is still pretty good at all these shots. You wouldn't pop too much dings with it, and resets are pretty controllable too. At the same time, as for put away power, this paddle has all the power you ever need. Not saying that this paddle has no power at all, but definitely this paddle has way more power and way more pop too. If you need to put the ball away, this one just does the job with way less effort than this one. Now, compared to this paddle is elongated, and this is actually the most awesome paddle. I really like it. I really like it because although it's elongated, it's very headlight and has a pretty good spin. The only big disadvantage is this logo on the face, because when you hit this logo, you lose all the spin, and sometimes if you rely on the spin, the ball just drops down. But other than that, it's extremely fast and has good spin and still very good control. So I would choose this paddle over any if they fixed that paint thing. Which paddle you choose, it's definitely up to you. This one will definitely give you the most familiar feeling if you come from table tennis. This feels like pretty much as a table tennis paddle with short pips. This one doesn't feel as much as table tennis, but still the shape is very similar, and actually when you use a lot of moves with the paddle you used to in table tennis, it actually would work. Even this kind of shots, they work pretty well when you roll the ball, just like table tennis. It still have enough grip to grab the ball. So take this paddle if you want exactly the same feeling. Probably take this paddle for more advanced possibilities. And if you prefer elongated one, this paddle is very good too. But if you don't like any of these, watch this video. It will show you some other paddles too.